Hello everyone. So let's start with the GIT physiology. So the first topic is enteric nervous system. So before starting enteric nervous system, let's see the layer of the stomach wall. This is the lumen of the stomach, and the innermost layer is the mucosa. Then we have submucosa. Then we have inner circular layer, outer longitudinal layer, and the serosa layer. This inner circular and the outer longitudinal layer comprises the muscularis externa layer. Okay, so now the stomach has inner oblique muscles and middle circular muscles. So and there is a fact that if something has serosa, it's outside the peritoneum, and if there is no serosa, the structure is retroperitoneal. So if there is no serosa, if there is serosa, the structure will have mesentery. So one thing which we need to remember is if the circular muscle contract, they will close the lumen, and if the longitudinal muscle contract, they will open the lumen, right? So now let's see. First of all, this is the oral, this is the mouth part, and that is the aboral part, means opposite to the mouth or close to the anus part. Okay, so food came from oral part, so food came and it will distend the stomach wall, and this distension will stimulate the stretch receptors. Okay, so where are the stretch receptor found? So first of all, in the submucosa we have submucosal plexus, also known as Meissner plexus, and in the between the inner circular and outer longitudinal layer we have myenteric plexus or the Auerbach plexus. Okay, so this food, when the food comes, it will stimulate the stretch receptor present in the myenteric plexus. So in the myenteric plexus we have two tracts, descending tract and the ascending tract. Okay, so whenever the descending tract is stimulated, it will stimulate the longitudinal muscle, means it will open the lumen, and whenever the ascending tracts are stimulated, it will stimulate the circular layer, means it will close the lumen. So now first of all, what we need to do, we need to close the lumen before the part where food is there, and we need to open the lumen after the food is present. So firstly we will close the lumen. So the stretch receptor, firstly we will see this red color. The stretch receptors will stimulate the ascending tract and they will inhibit the descending tract. Okay, so by stimulating the ascending tract will now stimulate the inner circular layer and they will inhibit the outer longitudinal layer. So therefore the circular muscle will contract and close the lumen, so in the space before the food, and the stimulatory nerve secrete the neurotransmitter acetylcholine and substance P, and the inhibitory neurotransmitter here is nitrous oxide. So now what happens, this portion is contracted, we need to relax this portion. So what happens that now when this is contracted, now the stretch receptor will stimulate the descending tract. This descending tract will now stimulate the longitudinal layer and inhibit the circular layer. So when the longitudinal muscle contract, the lumen will open up, and this whole series will continue, and this contraction and relaxation, this alternate contraction and relaxation is known as peristalsis. So therefore this myenteric plexus is involved in the peristalsis. So now this food has various chemicals, and these chemicals enter the submucosal layer. The submucosal plexus are the chemoreceptors. Okay, so they get stimulated by these chemicals, and they further release some chemicals which will stimulate the bicarbonate rich secretion, and they will also dilate the blood vessels present in the submucosa. So what is the function of submucosal plexus? They stimulate bicarbonate rich gastric secretion, and they also dilate the vessels present in the submucosa. So now see the sympathetic nervous system. So there are postganglionic fibers of sympathetic nervous system which enter the enteric nervous system. They inhibit the inhibit the sphincters and thus constrict the sphincters. And the parasympathetic are known as preganglionic. Why? Because these preganglionic fibers of parasympathetic nervous system synapse in the submucosal plexus and the myenteric plexus, and the nerves arising from this plexus are postganglionic cell body. So therefore these ganglia are also known as intramural ganglia, and we say that preganglionic fibers of parasympathetic are from vagus nerve. They synapse with this intramural ganglia, which are nothing but the submucosal and the myenteric plexus, and they lead to some postganglionic nerve fibers. Now, what are the sensory neurons? Sensory neurons come from epithelium to the prevertebral ganglia of the somatic nervous system, spinal cord, and the brainstem. So this was about nervous control of GIT.